Good morning. We did Hondoke this morning from Chambummo Kyong and then had quite a discussion about our matching. So Joseph and I were matched and blessed by Reverend Moon. He received a photo in 1980 and we met a couple of days before our blessing in 1982. And it was just fascinating to hear Father talk about the matching process. I wanted to read the bit. It's telling our testimony. When I conduct a matching with thousands of people in the room, if there is one person ready to be matched all the way in the very back, I immediately know it. I can hardly see anyone else except that one person. If someone received a revelation about that person as their spouse 10 years earlier, they will without fail be matched to that person. My hand will move in that direction. My feet will move in that direction. So when Joseph and I applied for the matching ceremony, I believe we both had that attitude that we wanted, that we trusted, that God, for me, it was I trusted, I knew that God was working through this man, Reverend Myung Moon, and I trusted that Father knows best. We called Myung Moon True Father. There is no shorter route to building a world of peace than marriage between enemies, uniting them as one. When half of all Japanese and Koreans marry one another in cross-cultural blessings, they will change. If we hold that kind of ceremony twice, things will be changed completely. And guess what? We have held those ceremonies. So the issue is how we can quickly have enemies receive the marriage blessing together. A world of peace will absolutely come faster if that process is welcomed. Even if neither of you feels good when you meet one another for the first time. So this is our situation, Joseph and I, when we first met. He received a photo of me in 1980. Even if neither of you feels good when you meet one another for the first time, and he was telling me this morning was this photograph. There was another one, just the face, and another one, the full body. And then when he met me at the blessing, my birthday in 1982, so my 28th birthday, and for him it was a different person. It was difficult, right? So, and I arrived in New York. This was my outfit for the holy wine ceremony. Even if neither of you feels good when you meet one another for the first time, it wasn't the person that he thought he was getting. As you live together, you will come to like each other. Marriage is a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. How serious do you think I have to be as I take responsibility for this most important event in your lives? It is not a joke. I'm taking into consideration how you can change your destiny in terms of your descendants. This was given in 1993. I do not see anyone as an enemy. I never think that I have enemies who should perish. If you have enemies, you cannot build the kingdom of heaven. If you have enemies, you cannot build a strong foundation. That is why I have given the blessing to both saints and murderers. Not only that, I have blessed the children of saints and murderers with each other. Since we are moving into this kind of age, Koreans and Japanese have cross-cultural marriages. Japan and Korea have been bitter enemies, but through cross-cultural marriages, it will be possible for Koreans and Japanese to unite. That was given in 2000, in June. And this year, in 2025, we have had the children of these blessed couples who were blessed from Japanese and Korean parents and talk to us about their lives either in Korea or in Japan. And it's just amazing. It is amazing. On what basis do I look for your marriage partner? I choose a person with whom you can have better descendants than you would have with the person you like externally. That is what I mean when I say you should marry for the sake of your descendants. If I match you with someone you want to marry, but then it turns out that no one in the world wants to marry any of your children, what would you do? Nothing could be more unfortunate than that. It would mean a lifetime of unhappiness. It would be worse than having a serious physical handicap or lacking in some other way. Marriage is for our descendants. The point is how to match people despite the way they look externally, knowing that their children will inherit only their good qualities. You may say you will find your partner on your own, but based on my experience, the one you find will not be very suitable for you. If you look for a spouse based only on qualities that please your eyes, the children you have may not be so good. If the second generation members of the Unification Church are not strong and do not become extraordinary people, the nation will not prosper. I think about this very seriously as I look for your partner. Matching by photograph is truly an incredible thing. We were photo matched. Your mothers and fathers will ask, could it be true? Before you marry, you normally first meet the person with just the possibility of marriage in mind. But with us, some start dancing the moment they see their matching partner's photograph. There were probably people who did not even look at the photograph and yet were happy. The standard of finding one's spouse that way surpasses the world's standard. Satan's world can never do anything like this. Besides, true Father, there is nobody who can do this. If you do not like the matching partner I pick for you, you may limit your investment in the marriage as a consequence. Those who have faith in the matching and work hard for it will receive heavenly fortune in the end. I feel like we are at that place, having received heavenly fortune. In the beginning, you may not blend well. It was challenging, but nothing ever fits smoothly right after marriage. Each side inevitably has to adjust to the other. Initially, you may even feel you are not given the right partner. You have to be willing to adjust and maintain hope. If your heart is not in it, you will not be able to invest yourself to the degree necessary. It is like the cap on a new makeup container not fitting well. The same is true of your new husband or wife. It might take 3 years for you to train yourselves in adjusting to each other. Emulate 3 generations. Watch what your grandfather and grandmother are doing, and watch what your mother and father are doing. You will fit together by emulating 3 generations. Your marriage is one of the most important matters in your life. It is your desire as a human being, and God's desire as well, that your beloved partner be better than you. Because I know this as a parent, I want to take good care of you. When matching couples, I need to tie together 2 people, one who goes upward and the other who goes downward, so that soon they will reach the same level and become united. Combining races such as black with white is no longer a problem. Skin color is not a problem. In that sense, the marriage blessing ceremony that I have inaugurated has become the world's tradition. As time goes by, everyone is realizing that true parents matching is better than the choice they would make themselves. The sons and daughters of these couples are better than their parents. this tradition has been established. This is why tens of thousands of couples are willing to marry even after only seeing a photograph. The matching for the 30,000 couples marriage blessing was done by photograph. This is truly an amazing fact. It is unlike anything in Satan's world. In getting married, those couples stood at the 0 point of absolute faith. Eve fell, so she was unable to receive absolute love. But these people have surpassed the boundaries of their countries and found a path of love that cannot be found in Satan's world. This means that they stood in the position where they absolutely loved me and loved God. People are saying that my matched couples are ideal unions. I testify to that. People look at Joseph and I and our 5 children, and so much of what I have read just now applies to our relationship and our matching. When he received my photograph in 1980 and we met in 1982. People are saying that my matched couples are ideal unions. I advise you to try living together for 3 years and then make an assessment. Try having 1 or 2 children. After you have 1 or 2 children, you will know if I made the right or wrong choice. I think you will say, oh, if it were not for True Father, this son would never have been born. Thank you, Father. Your marriage is not for your sake, but for the sake of your descendants. You must know that you marry for the sake of your ancestors and your descendants. That's what I wanted to share with you today. This was my curly hair. That was my first perm ever in my life. This is the official blessing photograph. This is Joseph in front of the Statue of Liberty. From his experience there, which I've never seen that. And this is back to Belvedere. We also went to UTS, but I think that's still Belvedere. We were here in this last row, second last row from here, and second last from the back. Yeah, so this is still the screenshots from, I do remember walking through here. We were second, there was 1 couple beside us, and there were 4 couples across, and we were the second closer to Father. And the first time I saw True Father was when he threw the holy water at me, and I felt it on my shoulders, on my face. And we don't actually have any photos where we can confirm, yes, that is me and I was there. So this was us. This was 1 row here. There was another row here. The other ones went further back, but we were sick. And guess what? This is what we saw in 1982. These are the Twin Towers, and Joseph took this photo as well. The other one, stop and edit. But that's the photo that he got. And 2 weeks later, when the members came back from America, this is the photo I got of him. This is the photo on the day of our matching. This was December 31st, 1980, and I was in Australia and Joseph was in America.